Right.
So, welcome. Can you tell us a bit
Thank
about
you.
yourself?
Yeah, my name's Josh Kilby and I'm a landscape and adventure photographer.
So, how long have you been doing that for then?
Oh, probably about maybe 4 or 5 years now, just on and off.
And how did you start out in landscape photography?
Landscape photography probably, it came after I did quite a bit of sports photography. It kind of has just gone hand in hand with my hobbies really, which started off as sports and then has progressed onto hiking and climbing and goes hand in hand with that.
Josh is an old friend of mine. We met when we were at university together. And although we haven't always kept in touch too well, I always got a lot of joy out of seeing what he was up to through his Instagram. So I thought it was about time we caught up. I could see what he was up to and what the story is behind some of these amazing shots that I've seen. I want to know what his inspiration was and why he does it. Is it just a love of adventure and photography? Or is there more to it than that?
So you said landscape and adventure. Is there a difference between those two?
Well, I guess so, because you have traditional landscape photographers it'll just be purely landscape, sunset, sunrise, and beautiful colours and things. But I feel as though adventure is a new type of photography that's coming in that's more than just the environment, but it's also the people and the feelings and the activities that you get from it.
So would you say that your landscape stuff, that's something that suits you more, is picking, working towards what you want to shoot rather than catching that instant moment?
Definitely, yeah. Things are a lot more on my terms with with landscape, apart from the weather and things like that. But yeah, there's not as much pressure almost.
You're banned from directions, Marcus. We know this.
What's it called when you'd actively make the situation worse?
So obviously we're here in the lakes. What is it about this landscape that drew you here and wanted to come here to get some shots?
It's just as you can see behind me, it's lovely. It's really peaceful, and to say it took us an hour and a half to get here, we're lucky enough to have this so close to us that even on a day where you've got 5 or 6 hours, you can get a certain amount of height up into hills, and it just feels great to get out there.
As you've developed as a photographer, you started off in the Peak District. Where have you branched out to? Have you been abroad doing photography?
We did a road trip around Europe in the camper van. Yeah, we drove from here to France, down to a national park in the centre, places like that, just in search of lakes and mountains.
What were the main shots you managed to get while you were there?
It was definitely Chamonix. Chamonix was such a beautiful place. We went up the Aiguille du Midi, which is you can get a cable car to 1,000 metres below the summit of Mont Blanc, and it's just beautiful. We were lucky enough to have a beautiful weather, sat above the clouds really early in the morning, and yeah, just seeing the climbers set off to climb Mont Blanc with the mountains in the background, it was really, really great.
What would you say is the best experience you've had when you got to a location? Maybe it's something that you've not expected when you've got there and you've seen something and thought, oh my god, this is the one.
Yeah, I keep talking about in Chamonix, but we just, when we got there, it was clouded over and we couldn't see a thing, couldn't even see the mountains above. But then as we got on the cable car, we just popped out above the clouds and it was beautiful blue skies and sunny, and it just went from expecting nothing to being amazing.
What is it you managed to capture while we've climbed up this far?
Once we got up onto the ridge up here, it's a really nice leading line, and it's also quite a narrow path. So I think the majority of my shots will be focused around that leads up to the summit of Helvellyn. There's also a beautiful lake behind me, which is also looking really nice in a dark blue. I'm not too much of a daredevil. This one's not too narrow, so it's not too bad. But yeah, it's you got to be on it to really get the shot as to what it feels like to be there. I do really like to just be part of the shot, to wherever I am, just to get in and just be part of it as I take the photo.
Would you say that you connect with your photos on an emotional level?
Yeah, definitely. Like, yeah, some of them obviously are personal memories for me. Like, that photo might not mean much to somebody else, but to me it brings back a lot, and it's just nice memory. I do it quite a lot for myself. As long as I'm happy with a photo, then like however many likes or whatever, it doesn't mean much to me. Yeah, and I'd like to keep it that way. It's easy to get caught up in numbers, but I think it is quite important to keep it like a connection for you, if that makes sense.